Oh, the sun is pretty bright right here, though. We'll wait for some people to trickle in. I figure I'd update you guys pretty live because I'm still tearing it apart. So make sure you say what's up, and I'll start when some people get in here, I guess. Actually, I'll get my welding stool out so I can sit down because I'm a lazy chonker today. What up, everybody? I've been tearing it apart. Yo, guys. I mean, I'm okay. I had a pina colada earlier. And that kind of made me feel a little bit better. Hi, everybody. Hi, Alien Trash Kitty. The engine, I don't know. I did find something that might be suspicious to not running this engine anymore. I forgot to tune it up here. Get the sides curled for you. I figured I'd do this live so you guys could, you can comment while I show you what's going on. Yeah, there was a little bit of coolant left on the track. It was not me. I did take a video earlier. It is just water in my block. There was nothing leaking on my car, so it was the coolant from the guy ahead of me. And they actually followed him back to the pits afterwards and found out that he had a split coolant line. So there's always that. I'm not using your phone tripod. I found another one in the basement. I forgot you had the phone tripod. So I just have like one that's standing here on top of the welder. Yeah, so I'll give it one more minute. At 3 minutes live, we'll start walking around to the damages. Make sure you give it a little thumbs up, I guess. Hi from Southern Iowa, USA, Kyle. Why are my comments going away? Wow, man, it's not easy. So much work to have. Yeah, the worst part is, like, I finished the car and I didn't even get to see its full extent of it, like the extent of its power, because it shit the bed before we could do it. So I hope Ken is listening to this right now because he contacted me earlier today. He has a red Mustang roller that was kind of inspired by this car. And he lives in Calgary, and he messaged me earlier today saying that he would sell me off that car really cheap. And it's basically this car with no motor, no trans in it. So basically all my parts will bolt into this other car, and then what we do above and beyond that to build it more race car style will be on us, I guess. So I really appreciate it, Ken, if you're watching this. Shout out to you, buddy. I don't know what your username is on the YouTube. I should have asked you that, so... Oh yeah, I guess I forgot to mention that we can't use this chassis, and I'll show you why right now. So, we're going around to this side. Obviously, our K member is pushed in right here. So that bar is supposed to be straight, the one that is holding the control arms here, and that's pushed in, so that K member is busted. And then I was underneath looking at it, and it kind of looks like, let's see if we can get the camera in there. You see right there on top of the starter, it looks like our block is cracked right there where it connects to the transmission. I don't know how deep that crack goes, if that's going to ruin our block there, but the block definitely looks cracked to me. I did end up getting this driver's door to open. The outside latch just wasn't working right, so I opened it from the inside. Obviously, it doesn't open far because it hits the body right there. And it doesn't shut anymore. Oh, there it goes. So, like, the body damage itself wasn't bad. I probably could have lived with this little scuff on the side and the scuff back there on the side. But it seems like this portion here is pushed back. And then when you look underneath, see. So right there, that is supposed to be flat. Right here, where the K-member bolts to the frame, and that is pushed in and bent up. And then it pushed the whole body back here because our trans cross member is all bent up and our transmission is pushed sideways. And then the next thing I noticed is that our oil pan and our trans pan were level before the accident, and now they are not level anymore. So the whole floor pan is warped up in this thing. The seat is actually sideways, so the passenger seat, I noticed that when you look through the front here, where the window is, the passenger seat is actually like tipped sideways this way, and the whole floor of the trans tunnel is kicked up and moved the seat like towards that door. So we just need maybe another block, maybe another transmission, and another roller for sure. I believe the rear end stuff is all good. The two front shocks still are good on this car. Obviously the Holley wiring, the dash is still good. The drive shaft is probably still good. So there's still lots of parts we can reuse from this car. It's just a shame that this shell probably won't be used. No, I can't sell the car for $1,500 because there's more than that in the rear axle in this thing. But I did have a conversation with Virginia because there's been a lot of comments of just saying swap it all in the box, but she doesn't. I offered her all the parts and she doesn't really want to take them because she wants to do her own build. So she wants to learn how to build it all from the engine, and then we'll get a transmission, but she wants to be hands-on. So I'm not going to deny her that, and we'll save this stuff for my next car, I guess. I can't get away with just tubing the front because, like I said, the whole subframe is bent, the door is bent, and it's not worth the money to try and fix this up, especially when we have a guy like Ken selling us that other Mustang. So we'll start with the other shell. We'll probably try and build a cage in it, I think. Maybe tube the front and go a little bit more on the race car side, a little less on the street side, because I intended this to be a street car at first, and then I bought a Hellcat and I didn't need a street car anymore, so I'd like to go a little bit faster on the track. So if you guys have anything you don't want to say to me or ask me, then I guess we're open to a little bit of comment section here. Tube chassis, hell yeah, Virginia means more if she puts in the work. The dirty pumpkin, yeah, I'd say, LOL, I don't know what you guys were saying there. Hell yeah, alien trash kitty. At least you're okay, buddy. You were pretty calm while it was going sideways. Yeah, I mean, it's a shitty situation, the coolant on the track, so GoFundMe, question mark. If you guys really want to help out, I mean, there's always a donation button during the live videos, but I'm not saying anybody do it. And then beyond that, we're going to be starting a merch line soon, so that'll probably be out in the next week or so. And then beyond that, you could always just sign up to Virginia's OnlyFans because she likes showing off her titties. It's a fun thing for her to do. What happened, Terry Picklet? Well, coolant on the track, and then I slid out. You'd have to watch the video from this morning to figure out what happened. There's a lot of Mustangs floating around Calgary for dirt cheap. That's where this one's coming from, Calgary. Is the Mocular roller still around? No, John Coglietta had bought it, and he's turning it into an X275 car. Mustache rides for $5. Keep your head up, Kyle. Time to go bigger and better. Can I please have a mustache ride? The biggest piece of stuff that I lost that I'm most upset about is my laptop. So I had a ROG Strikes laptop. It was like $1,500 and I smashed a screen in it, but the whole running gear works and I ordered a new screen, so I'm hoping that just fixes it. It was like a $150 screen. You didn't let us down, man. I feel bad for you not getting to rip it after all that work. Yeah, it is what it is. I can't be mad at anybody. It was a combination of everybody's mistakes at the track there that ultimately ended up with me in the wall. So it happens, I guess. I'm looking at this thing. Does it look like I got sunburned, didn't I? My skin is white and my neck is red. And I put Miracle Whip on my Wonder Bread. You let us down pretty good, bud. Sad. Laptop insurance, question mark? I don't think so. If you hit the laptop with an airbag, I don't think it's insured anymore. Don't swap the blocks though. It can be welded, bro. It's just the starter that took the heat. Yeah, I don't know the extent of what else broke because everything else is like tilted this way. So when we get it out, we'll get the full extent of it. Sabino Gomez, thanks for the donation. Or Guzman, sorry. I should have known that because I like to watch Christian Guzman. But Dan Bro sucks. But you can always come back better. I'm excited to see the next build notch. I think Virginia's is actually a hatch. Oh, next build notch? I don't want to get a notch. I don't want to get a Fox either. I like my New Edge Mustangs. But thanks for the donation, man. I appreciate it. Just considered the baloney pony practice for the next one. Yeah, pretty much. Was the car insured? Insurance doesn't, oh, it's your alternate account? Insurance doesn't do anything for you on a racetrack. That's your own liability. Even though it was just comprehensive insurance on it anyways, it wouldn't be, you wouldn't get anything for it. Damn 2020 got us, boys. But that's the extent of the damage. So for anybody new coming into the chat here, it's this whole like side of the body's been pushed up and tweaked. The floorboards, the transmission crossmember, even the seat positions moved because it's all been pushed up so hard. The airbag went off, and this whole rad support was pushed this way as well. And my turbo piping got screwed up. None of my welds broke, surprisingly. I'll show you the turbo piping. So, right here, where the turbo mounted to the frame, it twisted our T3 flange right there. You can see a big bend in it, but it didn't crack any of our welds that we done on it. So, our welding must be strong. It's a shame that this nice big piece that I had built and welded and put so much time and effort into, I can't reuse it. So, yeah, maybe the next car will do. Like a front mount turbo. I've always wanted to do one where the turbo's sticking out the front and you can see the wheels spinning in the front. Start autographing parts and sell them on eBay. I'll take a fender. Oh my god, I'll just give you a fender, the Dirty Pumpkin. So is it gonna get scrap, brother? Shame you guys didn't get to drive it much. Yeah. I'll probably just scrap this one. Like I said, I'm getting a really good deal on another one. But I hope it helps. Thanks, man. So I'm getting a good deal on another roller V6 auto car. It still has the full interior. There's a bunch of parts for it. So I think that's where we're going to start instead of putting so much money into this car and trying to do the body work and straightening it out when I could just start with a straight car. And then if I get that other one, we'll probably try and build a cage with our new tubing bender. And I don't know. We'll see where the build takes us. Maybe we'll even park the car for the season and start on Virginia's Fox, because that would be fun too as well. I'm open to suggestions here and what you guys would like. Let's see. Mick should get a fender. He should get a fender. Turbo G Dream said he's sad for me. Jason Hobbs, because your welds didn't break, coffee's on me. I don't drink coffees, but I'll get some Red Bull, I guess. You don't have to donate either. I'm just letting you guys know. I appreciate it all, and every bit of it helps because, like I've said before, these YouTube videos, they cost me more money than it makes, and I do it because I love to do it. And yeah. Bring it to Cletus McFarlane, run for his money. Wes Incredible says the second build will go so much faster. It will go so much faster. So the next build will definitely be a lot faster than this one. We have most of the running gear parts, and I don't mind spending a little bit of money to get it to run. It might not run before winter because winter comes in like early October here. But the next thing is we're going to get Tokyo's car to the track. We just got a suspension today. The wheels are coming today. We got to build a couple more things so we can get it on the track and bolt up some stuff. But I'd love to. There's nothing that would put a bigger smile on my face than pit crewing for Tokyo. After all the times that he's pit crewed and filmed for me, so I mean, he deserves it. And there's Tokyo. He's in the chat right now. I'd say finish your Fox first and get yours done over the winter so y'all can ride together next summer. That would be an awesome thing to do, I think. Start a GoFundMe or something similar. If not, I'll buy a shirt for sure. Yeah, I would say just buy some merch if you want to help out. The site will be up probably next week. I'll let you guys know in a new video. Are you staying with a Mustang chassis? For simplicity, and an inexpensive G-body would be cool too. Yeah, I'm just staying with simplicity. I want to go fast for the least amount of money that I can use. Taylor Summers says, sorry to have seen the video earlier. You learned a lot on that car. So did I, honestly. I know you'll be back soon, man. Thanks, I appreciate it. This was the learning experience car. Like you guys have followed me, and I've learned to weld on this car. I went from building my first turbo kit, MIG welding it, to buying a TIG welder, and then completely destroying that turbo kit and starting again. And we went from TIG welds that looked like a 6-year-old had done it to something that I was actually proud of. And when I brought it to the track, I wasn't ashamed to like pop the hood on my car and be like, hey, I totally hand built this myself in my garage for a bunch of degenerate YouTubers watching me. And it's probably one of the greatest experiences I've had in the last 2 years was being able to share that build with you guys. For all you guys just joining in and didn't watch the video this morning, we went to the track on Saturday. The car in front of me had laid down a bunch of coolant, and I got sent down the track, unfortunately, after that car hit the coolant, spun out, went sideways, hit a wall, and yeah, the side of the car's all busted up now here. So the chassis bent for sure, the K-member's bent. Airbag went off on one side. That whole door is like bent up. What kind of car is it? This is a 2003 Mustang. Just your basic V6 Mustang that I converted. Did I miss a big donation somewhere? I think I did. Did someone donate a lot of money and I missed it? If so, can you guys tell me in the chat? Because for some reason it says $287 here. I'm looking through it. I'm sorry, I don't have a laptop, so I only get to see like the last 3 comments, unless I scroll through it. I think, oh, right there. DD Speed Shop. Buy a really, really old car, like something from the 70s. Man, you definitely didn't have to send that much money to me, dude. We're fellow YouTubers. We be grinding out here spending our own money, so I really appreciate it. You definitely didn't have to send it to me. Maybe I'll just send it back to you in your next live stream, but you definitely didn't have to do that. But for everyone who subscribed to me, DD Speed Shop, he's like 40,000 subscribers right now, and he's doing this 57 Chevy build. Like, I've been talking to him all the time because I know nothing about old cars and nothing about carburetors, and that's literally all he's doing. And I'm like the fuel-injected turbo guy. But he's 40,000 subscribers. When he hits 57,000 subscribers, he's giving away this beautiful 57 Chevy. And he's got all kinds of sponsors on board, and the car just keeps getting better with every episode that he keeps putting out. So if you guys are watching right now, go give him a sub. And as soon as he hits 57,000 subscribers, he'll be giving that car away. I'm subscribed. I hope I get that car. Maybe we can put this setup in that car. That would be amazing. He's a fellow Canadian to me, and unfortunately, he's like a 16-hour drive away, but I would love to go collaborate with him. Maybe if I get some time off and we can figure something out, it'd be super sweet to go see what he's doing and what he's all about. But I really appreciate it, man. And your channel's awesome. And he's one of the few guys that I've been watching all the time. He does live streams. Him and his woman are talking about deep frying cheese, and it's friggin' funny and hilarious, and I love it. Wayne Dixon with the $10. Get that V branded condoms. Thanks, Mr. Cadillac. Why not an SN95, says John. Just for simplicity, I like this. I like the New Edge front more than the SN95. I think the SN95 looks like garbage. Thanks for telling me it was Dee Dee's Beat Shop. Surreal Zing. What's up, Kyle? I'm the guy that makes inappropriate comments about your girl. Can't wait to see the next spec build. Well, I think everyone does that. Okay, yeah. Okay, Dee Dee's Beat Shop. Everyone made sure that it was you. My favorite Canadian. That sucks. Okay, I'm going to get back down to the bottom. I want a mustache ride, you sexy man beast. New Edge is an SN95. Oh, did I mess that up? I'm not really good with the Mustang lingo. I thought it was a 197. I thought the SN95 was the model before. Or do I have those backwards? Take the Mustang to peg leg? You would ruin it in like 2 seconds. And for those of you who don't know what peg leg is, it's zip ties and bi splies. I'm yet to go still meet up with him, but he would ruin it if I gave it to him. I'm building a 58 Chevy right now. I'll teach you some carb stuff. Hey, what you think about an early's 80 El Camino? I would love an El Camino. And I only say El Camino because that's how they say it on Trailer Park Boys. And yes, I do watch 1320 video. I actually bought this after I met Kyle at Texas 2K. And I really like this shirt, so I'm trying not to ruin it. So I probably shouldn't be leaning up against stuff that has dirt on it. But like I said, guys, we're gonna rebuild. How fast it takes, I don't know, because it's just me. I'm the builder, I'm the filmer, I'm the fabricator, I'm the editor, I'm the comedian. Sometimes I gotta jerk myself off, and sometimes I gotta jerk her off, and then sometimes I gotta take thumbnail photos too. So I gotta do it all, man. I gotta do it all. And I appreciate when Tokyo and Dan and all the other guys come over to help out. Am I stuck in the comments right now? Yep. Oh my God. Okay. Is your girl available? No, she's not. Put the V6 in the broken car and take it to Cletus Demo Drags. I don't want to do anything with this car. Because I would have to like pull the cane member out and straighten the wheels and stuff. Joshua Cormier with the 28 bucks. He said, goal. And then there's a dude doing this. But you're the bitch, you're the lover, Hulk Hogan. Oh, it's Toko who said that. When I had my mustache handlebars, I just say, hey there, brother. Hi from Cape Town, South Africa. What time is it in Africa right now? Put a new suspension. Oh yeah, this thing has like a Team Z. Well, it has, yeah, like some Team Z roll bar on the rear diff. It's got like dual adjustable coilovers in the back, and then Joey Perry, 4th gen Camaro build. Can't wait for the rebuild. $69. $69. I'm not shaving Turbo Dreams, but 4th gen Camaro. Which one is that one? Is that the one I was looking at? I'm not good with generations. Or was I looking at 3rd gen? Whatever the WS6 one is, I was looking at one, and there's one in town, but it's like $4,500 bucks. At Anthony, maybe. You're just hard on equipment, man. I know I'm hard on equipment. I don't like how I can only see 3 comments. This is pretty difficult. Next time, I will do this with my broken laptop. If I have to, I'll set up a monitor out here. 98 to 04 4th gen Camaro. The catfish one. Black O2 Extreme. Happy you're okay, dude. Can't wait to see what's next. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. 139 Canadian. That's probably like 76 bucks US, isn't it? Black O2 Extreme. I like those trucks. Those are awesome. I sent you and I really appreciate it, man. That $140 goes a long way. It definitely goes a long way. That's like 3 cases of Red Bull right there. Put that engine in RX-7. Yes, WS build or WS6 build. Do it. F-body. Yeah, that's what I was looking at, was the F-body one. Oh, it's you, Hatfield. Ah, that makes more sense. So James Hatfield, he was actually in the last video. He's the one who said I had a small pecker on he's like, is that camera on? And talking about Kyle's small wiener. And he left a like, subscribe, ring the bell thing at the end of the video. And he has basically the coolest street car I've ever seen in my life. He was the only one in the X275 events, I think. Maybe Dennis did it too, where they would like go to the end of the drag strip. He would just load a chute in and then drive back to the pits. Everyone else had to be like pulled back by their cars. So legit street car, truck car. And he was actually #1 qualifier, which is awesome. So congrats for running your personal best, James. He's the one who builds all our Turbo 400s. So mine, Tokyo's, Virginia's going to be. He rebuilt the Super one. So if you're on the West Coast and you need a Turbo 400 built, James is your dude. I would like to build an S10 as well, but like I said, I have everything to fit in a Mustang. So this rear end, the front coils are still good in this thing. My dash and the bezel. I know the car, which helps, and I believe these Mustangs are going to be the cheapest way to go fast. Like my intentions are to build like a mini X275 car, so I can go to the track and I can run the X275 events, because I've never ran an event where I'm actually racing someone heads up, and I'd love to be able to do that. I won't be competitive, but I would love to run like a 499 as an end goal for this car, which is, it's going to take a lot of power, and it's going to take a different motor than this and a different transmission, but I'll film it the entire way. I'll build the cage. I'll tube the front if I have to. I'll take the weight out of it, and it'll be a good experience, I think. And it'll be one of those things where we can do it on the side now with Virginia's Fox. So we'll build her car. We can go to the track with that. We can build Tokyo's car and go to the track with that. And I just hope you guys enjoy seeing my stupid ass content and my stupid ass mustache and my face. What are you thinking for the next stage in power? So Anthony Rowell says, race car love, no homo. So before I actually crashed the car, I was talking to Charlie Eden. He was at the track. He works at AMS Engines. And we talk about engines all the time. And I was thinking of doing like a piston rod combo with a stock crank and a stock block, and maybe a little bit of head work, and try and get something that would be between like the 1,000 and 1,200 horsepower range. And I think that would get me pretty close, like into the low 5s, if I could build the chassis good enough and get it to stick down a good 60 foot, and then maybe move on from there. I've never experienced something faster than 897 in the quarter mile at 155. So I guess you got to do it in steps, progressively. You can't just hop in a 6-second car and expect to be able to have fun in it. So Virginia is cool and all, but we want to see more Tokyo. Tokyo's always in the video, DD Speed Shop. And I super appreciate Tokyo, because he never second guesses it. I'm like, hey, you want to go to the track this weekend? He's like, yeah, sure, I'm down. And then that's it. We just go. We load up the truck, and he doesn't complain about anything. He drives me, and it's awesome. And I appreciate all his help, and he totally deserved that Malibu. And if we can keep building that and make him happy, because he's been out putting some kilometers on it, and I mean, he totally deserved that car, and I wish he didn't have to pay a cent for it. I wish I could have just given it to him, because you get one of those friends like once in a lifetime, pretty much. Is Tokyo about to drop an OnlyFans? He might, if he wants to get more power out of his car, I guess. LS Fiero, I don't want to do anything that's like rear engine or mid engine like that, because they just like to wheelie. If you ever watched an MR2 launch, it just they don't go anywhere. They just go this they do this way. Pull this engine on a Ford Maverick. There's 350 people watching right now. If you guys just joined, you haven't watched the video from earlier today, I suggest you watch that first. But car's mangled. A lot of guys would probably rebuild this if it was a better car. It's not, the damage isn't too extensive. You could probably like straighten it out on one of those like chassis pulling machines or whatever. For what it costs to get another one, it's probably not a good idea to keep this one. Just, I don't feel comfortable racing a tweaked frame, so we'll start with a straight body and we'll go from there. Whatever happened to Kent's Mock? John Cuglietta owns it now. He's in Edmonton. He's doing it right. It's going to be an X275 car, so I'm glad that it's going to be done. I'll be able to see it, and I can appreciate it. Can we see the damage from what you took apart? Yeah, I can do that again. Also, here's the wheel that hit the wall. So I'm just going to throw a welding glove on so I don't get too dirty. Even though my welding gloves are all dirty here. But I just ordered, because I borrowed this wheel, I just ordered the replacement wheel. And, Carrie said, race car love extra, homie. Race car love extra. That was, okay. But I borrowed this wheel and I ordered the replacement wheel today and it was $980 Canadian. So that's the damage to the wheel. I actually bent it up here. It's also bent down here. I don't know if you can see this one, but I somehow managed to bend it on the backside as well. So it's warped right here and right here on the backside. I have to give it up to Bellic Wheels though, because it's a billet aluminum wheel, but it only bent. It didn't shatter. It didn't break. It did like... No, my welding stool. But it didn't break. It didn't shatter. It didn't crack. It just kind of bent. So for a wheel, that's usually my full car price range. Yeah, and that's how you end up with 50 different cars, doesn't it? So yeah, like I said, here's the damage to the body. The body damage isn't as bad as like the structural damage, because the strut tower didn't move here. This moved over a little bit because our Maven mount was here. That actually snapped off because this was connected right through the weld, and that just weren't that good. I'm going to turn the camera around here. So if you look back there, it looks like our block's been cracked a little bit. And then right here, our A-arm got pushed through, and this bar is supposed to be straight on our K-member, so that is bent. The K-member where it bolts to the frame back here, that is supposed to be flat, and that is also bent up, so it pushed the subframe back. This wheel got pushed into this whole fender here, so this got pushed back as well. And then underneath the car, right here, our trans cross member got pushed up and back. This whole floor got pushed up and buckled. This, I can't even open the door, but this seat right here is actually pushed, it's turned this way because the floor has been pushed up under this mount and this mount right here. So the trans tunnel has been pushed up that way. I was taking up piping and stuff earlier. And then the door damage isn't bad, but the door is jammed up right here behind this fender. And the quarter damage was just where it rode against the wall a little bit, I think. So yeah, if you guys want to show some love, just throw a thumbs up on this video here and maybe it'll help out. But realistically, I bought this car running and driving. So realistically, I bought this car running and driving. I paid $3,000 for it, and I drove it to my house, and I ripped the V6 out of it like the same day. No, I didn't. I put nitrous on it that same day, and then we ripped the V6 out of it. But like I've said, Ken in Calgary has offered his V6 Mustang like this. It has no engine and trans in it. It's a roller, and he actually bought the same car as me watching the videos. And he's a subscriber to the channel, and he watches the videos. And he offered me his V6 roller car for cheap. It's a red one, and it's going to be way easier to start from a fresh, straight car with nice bodywork on it compared to trying to repair this one for the amount it costs. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to take all our running gear out of this one and put it in the other one. I'm glad I didn't put the torque boxes in this car because it's ruined now. So we still have the torque boxes, upper and lower. I think we're going to do like an 850 or 25.5 cage on it. We're going to try and learn. I'm not sure if I'm going to do chromoly or mild steel on it. We might tube the front. One thing I've wanted to attempt is mounting the turbo in the front. So like right here somewhere. So you can see the turbo inlet and then lay the radiator flat underneath it. That would be really cool to do. Codehouse, yeah. So originally when we bought this Mustang, it had the V6 in it, and we were like, let's try and blow it up. So we put 175 shot of nitrous on it. We didn't change the spark plugs. We didn't change anything. And it ended up backfiring on us, and it blew the air filter off of the cold air intake that was down in the fender, and it caught the air filter on fire, and it was just down in the fender on fire, and we were like, where's all that smoke coming from? And then I crawled underneath it, and I pulled out the air filter, and it was just like on fire. So that was a pretty good day. We're only carrying on with the Mustang platform because, like I said, we already have so much invested into this one. We have the 8.8, the arms and everything. It's all going to bolt into the new chassis. And my goal isn't, I'm not brand loyal to any brand. So if I was given a Chevy or I was given a Dodge or something that was a roller, I'm not partial to using those cars. It's just to go fast for cheap, you go with a Mustang basically. If you've ever watched like a no prep event or if you watched any drag racing event, it's 50% Mustangs. So when someone says send it, you don't mess around. Keep on keeping on, man. So, like I said, I appreciate you guys coming to hang out with me, and it's been frustrating for me the last day or so. Like when it happened, and when we loaded it in the trailer at the track, I wasn't so much sad as when I got home and I looked at it and I just realized like it's probably not going to be salvageable, and that was when the sadness kicked in. Like today, I had some motivation to start taking it apart, and then as soon as I found that little crack in the block and that the floor was all bent up, I just kind of pushed it to the side and I went inside because I didn't want to work on it anymore. So, like I said, it is what it is. I can't blame anyone for it. I'm a rookie at drag racing. I should have known not to go down if they said there was coolant on the track. They shouldn't have sent me knowing there was coolant on the track, but they did send a guy down to the end of the track. They checked it out. They thought it was just past the finish line that there was coolant. They checked it out. They sent the guy back down the track, didn't see it because the prep, they sprayed the whole track with prep, and the prep probably looks like the same color as coolant if you're not really looking for it. And unfortunately, I hit it. The car was acting up that day. It would hit 16 pounds of boost, and then there would be no boost. And it wasn't blowing off piping or anything. I get built boost on the trans brake, but as soon as I got past 16 pounds, no boost. So if you watch the video again, I hit like the boost cut or whatever it is in first gear. I shift to second gear, and I just kind of coast to the finish line. And after second gear, it just kicked out sideways on me. And I mean, looking back now, if I would have gave it more throttle or something as it was spinning, I might have saved it. But in the moment, I kind of panicked and I ended up hitting the wall, I guess. That's their mistake. Maybe they pay for the damages. No, you sign a waiver when you go in. I'm glad we have the racetrack. I don't want them to lose any money. They're a really small community, and I just appreciate that they're open, and I hope that I'll be able to race there again one day. In Canada, they actually let you run coolant. Most places, they don't allow coolant. No, you're not allowed to run coolant. And this guy did run coolant, so it was really his bad. And then he ran again that day, which kind of made me upset that he stuck around and kept running the day. 6.0 LS next. Probably stay 5.3. Talking with Charlie, he said he'll take a 5.3 with boost over 6.0 any day. Apparently the 6.0, the cylinder walls are a little smaller, so you can't make as much boost with them. There's always woulda, couldas, but in the moment you can only do what you can do. And that is super true, and you can't have your time back, so it's no use being upset about something you cannot change. So we're going to move forward with this one. I'm so glad I have the 80,000 people watching me all the time. And I mean, I would love for the channel to grow, and it would definitely give me an opportunity to build bigger and better things. Unfortunately, the way like the algorithms work and stuff, you got to post every day, you got to clickbait everybody, and it's hard to keep up with. So I'm glad you guys appreciate my little guy stuff, being just your average dude. I was literally the average dude. I didn't know how to do any of this stuff. I've tried and I've failed, and that's how I learned. Is I keep trying and failing and trying and failing, and then eventually you find something that works, and you just every time you get something that works, you just keep stacking it. And now I feel like I'm a pretty accomplished person that I feel comfortable to fabricate my own stuff now, which is crazy because 2 years ago I didn't even have a TIG welder, and I didn't even watch that many videos. I have to give a huge shout out to Nick at Black Sheep Industries, because I mainly just would do a weld, and I would send him a picture of it. And I'm like, hey, how am I doing? And he's like, maybe try a little bit more heat, or you're moving too fast, or use a different filler rod. And that's kind of how we got through this. And everybody on the internet, every time I post something and you guys see something wrong with something, you guys are like, hey, you did that wrong, man. You did this wrong, and maybe try this next time. And I love that you guys give me the feedback, and it's awesome. And I've gotten tons of messages from people who are like, man, you've inspired me to buy a TIG welder, and I want to do my own fabrication stuff. And it's amazing. It's amazing that this whole YouTube community can bring everyone together. And it's like, I know a lot of you guys are probably like me, where you guys look forward to, well, our car meets are on Sunday, where we go out and we just bullshit. And the bullshitting is like pretty much YouTube, where we can just have this open conversation. Like, we're just bullshit through the comments or bullshit through the video. And I look forward to go hang out with the car guys, just to hang out with the car guys, because everyone's there for the same reason. And it's freaking awesome. So we're definitely going to rebuild this car. It's not going to be this car, but we're definitely going to rebuild our Mustang project. And I feel like it's not going to take us long this time. So it's going to be great. I really appreciate you guys. Chuck Wagon says, I've watched you for years, and I think it's kick-ass that you built that car and progressed as a fabricator. This is a total bummer, dude, but you'll be bigger and better with the next one and bounce right back. I believe so, man. I believe so. We're going to cage the new car. After having this accident, I was going slow. I was going very slow, even for the potential of this car. I was maybe the top of first gear. I probably hit the wall doing maybe 60 miles an hour. But the car was capable of 120 miles an hour. That's the bottom line. I was wearing a helmet, and I just had a seatbelt. It was a street car, so this next car is getting a cage. It's getting a harness. I'm buying a Hans device. I probably was pushing it for the chassis that I had, to be honest. Like, I'm glad I was going that slow, and I'm glad it was me. In hindsight, I was glad it was me, and I'm glad it wasn't a 200 mile an hour pro mod, because they were going up at the same day. So one quick Chevy 2. Here's a start on your very own OnlyFans. Who wants to take a road trip to Canada and help him get a new car done? I mean, I appreciate anybody who wants to come help me in the garage, and usually there's an open invite to my garage, and a lot of work doesn't get done if there's a lot of people here, but it'd be cool to have someone else in the garage wrenching. At least you didn't scream like a girl. No, I stopped. And the funny thing is, I challenge you guys to go watch the video back, because you'll notice me, I hit the wall and I like look around for a second and I'm like, the airbag went off and everything went black. And I was like, what the hell's going on here? But if you watch the video, I hit the wall and my visor falls down over my face and I have a tinted visor, and that's what made everything go black. And I was like, what the hell is going on here? Wait, really? Damn, dude, I'll come take some holidays and come up to Fort Mac. Wes Incredible, man, there's an open invite to my garage if you want to come hang out and turn some wrenches. I'm building an LS Mustang as well. Mine's a 99 V6 Mustang. Yeah, get that V6 piece of garbage out of there. I rewatched that like 5 times. I also didn't even know you still had airbags in that car. Funny story. We actually got the car aligned. And while we were getting it aligned, we had to take the steering wheel off to move it to turn it to center. And while we did that, I was like, disconnect that airbag for me, will ya? And then, yeah, that was like a couple weeks before we hit the wall. So I'm glad that the center one wasn't there, because, I mean, it would snap my neck back and that would have hurt. But 3rd gen Camaro life next. Props to the bro stash on the next build. Anytime you want camera edits, bro, just holla. I'll probably just down the street. LOL, I don't want to be on the camera, that's all. I really enjoy editing, though. Justin's like that, too. He doesn't like to be on camera, either. What do you have for fuel lines to feed the LS? I have a Dash 8 feed with dual Walbro 450s and a 6 return. Punk Bomb says, how bad is it, Kyle? Well, the car is not salvageable, in my opinion, for what it costs to get another one. So we'll just pull the running gear out of it. It won't even take that long. If I would have just wrenched on this today, I bet you I could have had the motor and trans and rear end out of it. It's just I didn't want to do it today. Sorry, joined super late. How bad is it? Hope you can keep it and keep moving forward. Like I just said, we're going to get a different chassis, I think. Does this push you to want to cage Virginia's Fox? I think that was going to get a cage anyways, because the T-top cars don't have a lot of structural rigidity in the roof section, and the chassis are already flexy as it is. So I think we're going to cage it mainly for structural reasons, but after having this crash, I would like to have her to have a cage in the car too. Where's my Boosted Lifestyle garage shirt? The merch is going to come out probably in the next week or so. On the sly, we started making hoodies, shirts, hats, toques, t-shirts, but before I put it on the website ready and available, I got samples sent to me. So the hoodies came in. We're just waiting for the rest of the order to come in now. So once that comes in, I'll make it live for you guys. And if you guys want any merch, it'll probably help out the channel. But don't feel pressured to buy any merch or donate any money. I appreciate it. I just don't want anybody to, like, if you're throwing your last $10 at me, I don't need it that much. I just appreciate when you guys watch, you word of mouth helps out the channel. If you just tell your buddy, hey, this guy's pretty cool. I'm noticing lately, anytime the Quad Turbo Civic's been posted or any of my stuff has been posted online, you guys are always the first ones to tag me in it and say that Boosted Lifestyle rocks. So, I mean, that helps out a lot. Are you doing long sleeve button-ups, Kyle? I want one of those. I'm not sure. What I really want to do, yeah, like I want to do garage shirts, but we're limited to drop shipping. So it'd be nice to be able to find someone who drop ships like a garage shirt, something that like a mechanic shirt like this. This one's all dirty, but this style of shirt where it's you can wear it in the garage. It'll have like Boosted Lifestyle on it. So it'd be nice to find something like that, someone who drop ships those. Because we're in Canada, if we get them printed here and then send them out, shipping from Canada where we live so far north, it'd be so expensive. LOL, us Canadians call them toques instead of beanies. Yeah. So it's a beanie, I guess you guys would call it. I noticed 1320 showcased your Turbo Civic. That's awesome. Yeah, I thanked Kyle for that one as well. Biggest concern when you crashed, did you get it on film? That was my biggest concern. So I had the GoPro in the car, and they're like, hey, you should go see the ambulance people just to go get checked out. And I was, wait, give me my GoPro. I got to film it. I knew it was... I knew crashing the car would cost me a lot of money, but I also knew if I got the footage from it, it might get me a couple of views. So I kind of prioritized the GoPro over getting myself checked out. Get that V shirt. I don't think we have one of those made yet. The one shirt we do have is, remember I made that face when I was like, those little fuckers are spinning, and that face? I think we put that on a shirt and it's like blown up. So I think if that one comes out in a good quality, that's going to be my favorite shirt, so I can wear my face all day. That's going to be awesome. Oh my God. I'm sorry, guys. The thing doesn't scroll down if I click it by accident. What do you think it would run in the quarter mile? This car? I bet you this car would have been low 9s, high 8s turned up, for sure, at 150 miles an hour. So, what was Virginia's reaction to the crash? Well, I feel sorry for her because I sent her a photo of the car on the wall, and then all I said was, I'm okay, because I was dealing with stuff. And then I kind of like left my phone for a little bit, and she didn't get any information after that until I was like off the track. So I apologize for that, but I wanted you to be the first one to see it instead of someone else sending you a photo. So when I got home, it was like midnight, and Virginia was already in bed, so I just snuggled into her and poked her with my boner, and then she was like, yeah. It was exactly like that. Just joining, what's the plan? Tube front? No, the chassis is going to be scrapped. We're going to get a new car. We're going to put a cage in it. We'll probably tube the front, and we'll build a mini X275 car, I think. Low 9, what the fuck? Get it back together. We want to see that. I mean, the next car will run a low 9 as well, but this car was making some power on 20 pounds of boost. It went 143 miles an hour out the back door, and my Supra only ever went 155. So we left super soft with this and then went 143. I was only building 8 pounds of boost at 3.5 seconds. So, and we were going to turn this up to like 28 pounds is the crazy part. So this would have been faster than the Supra, I think, for sure. How do you learn to tune LS engines? Well, my buddy Neil Richards, he owns Horsepower Solutions. He's a tuner. I paid him a couple $100 to send me a timing map, super soft for race fuel. And then Holly's actually really good at, if you pick your target air fuels, it'll start building the fuel table for you. So if you're ever doing an LS swap, I always recommend a Holly because it helps you build the air fuel tables for you from your targets. It's very, very user friendly, and I think they cornered the market on the LS swap stuff. It's super affordable. That's what we're going to put in every one of our LS swap cars. Virginia's car is going to get it if she gets an LS. So Holly's just the way to go. They've really tackled the market on the LS stuff right now. Someone said, ooh, one of our golden fuck boys, Para Lefty. Just glad you're okay, Kyle. Are you sticking with the Mustang chassis? Yeah, it's going to be another Mustang. Can't wait for merch. Hopefully shipping won't be bad to Quebec. It's going to be drop shipped out of the States. I don't think shipping was too bad on the stuff that we had ordered. So I'll let you guys know for sure when the merch comes out. Put that running gear in her car, Kyle. I've already tried to give Virginia this running gear. So the 5.3, the Turbo 400, I tried to give it to her. She really wants to build her own stuff. She wants to be involved in a project, and it's going to be great YouTube videos because we'll tear down her motor, we'll gap the rings, put a cam in it and stuff like that, but it's going to be all her. And she didn't really want to skip that step. She wanted to be involved in a race car, so when she gets to the track, if it runs a certain time, she knows that she's put the wrench time in, and it's going to be great on it. So I offered her this stuff. I did already buy her a 5.3 if she plans to use it, an all-aluminum 5.3, so we got a good starting point. Can you make a video on how to choose junkyard engines? I don't actually go to the junkyard to pick my engines up. I actually got a guy who sells us 5.3 engines, so we skipped that step. We pay a little bit more, but you don't have to go to the junkyard to yank them out yourself. Did the turbo survive, or is this an excuse to go bigger? I think the turbo did survive. At first, when it was bolted up with the exhaust housing on it and it was connected to the Maven mount, if you spun the wheel, I think the turbo was flexing and the wheel was actually rubbing the side. But I unbolted it, and when we laid it down on the ground, the turbo wheel spins freely, and if you move it to the side, it still doesn't hit, so I think the turbo's fine. It still might be an excuse to go a little bit bigger. The 80 mil with the T4 back housing is only going to make so much power. If we want to build like a mini competitive car, an 88 mil would be nice. But maybe I'll contact VS Racing and see if we can help us out maybe on this build or on the Fox or something like that, because the VS Racings are very affordable and good product for what you get. I was very proud of that 80 mil. It was good. That might get expensive to test out. What are we testing? Count me in for one of those blue hoodies if they're available in tall sizes. I'm not sure if they're available in tall. How tall are you? Are you a long boy? She's pulling wrench time in shorts and tank top. It would really like to see the mirror spinny boys on a setup. So that's what we were thinking. We're thinking for the Fox body, I want to do mirrored 62 or 67 millimeter turbos on it. And I think that'll be good. It'll be good to make basically whatever power the stock bottom end can build. And I think it, just fabbing up something that looks mirrored will be really cool. Count me in for a shirt and a hat, my dude. I say OnlyFans needs to get on board for a sponsor deal. Virginia, are you going to sponsor me with your OnlyFans? How much boost did you build at the lights before takeoff? It only built 4 pounds, and it took like 12 seconds to get there. The scale weight... what's the scale weight? The car probably weighed 3,200 pounds. What's crazy, like I feel bad. Kurt from Milron's a big sponsor of our channel too, and I love Kurt, and I'm super proud of his Camaro, that orange one that was in the video. He actually dropped off 2 torque converters to our pits that morning. They were known higher stall torque converters, and I was gonna put them in the car to test them out because I had trouble getting up on the converter, and they're just sitting over there on the tires. So we would have solved our torque converter issues and our staging issues, but unfortunately we didn't make it that long. Next project must have a 2JZ. 2JZs are too expensive now. Even just to buy an ECU for a 2JZ is really expensive. What's your thought on an eBay twin turbo for a budget build? I have a car with a 5.3 in it and twin turbo manifolds. So if your turbo manifolds are T3, the GT 3582s that we put on Tokyo's light super quick, and they'll make like 600 or 700 horsepower, and they're fairly compact, so I would probably recommend something like that. Damn, everybody's crashing lately. I noticed Birdman crashed. I noticed El Camino on Street LS crashed too, so we're having a bad deal for crashes this year. You guys have a name for Virginia's car. We didn't actually sit down. We didn't actually sit down and go through the comments and pick a name, but there were some really, really good comments on names for that car. If it's in a truck, you can use the Trailblazer SS intake. It will fit also. Actually, that's the best stock intake apparently, is the Trailblazer SS. Get a 240 and do something, get into drifting. I actually had a Cilia before, an S13 right-hand drive one. I didn't like it. Not for me. She sat down on your face. The Green Hornet. Oh, everyone's giving Virginia names for her car. We can't call it anything mainstream because remember the whole fiasco with BS Rebuild and the Eleanor copyright laws, and then the guy from Boosted Boys with the Grinch, he also got copyright on him, so we can't do anything that is like a copyrighted name for sure. The Only Pony, funded by OnlyFans. That would be a good one, the Only Pony. Alien Trash Fox for the green car. That would be good. We're an hour into this. My face is getting red too. I'm not used to talking this much. Usually I film and then I do a little bit of talking and bullshitting and then I edit it, but I haven't talked this long in a really long time, I guess. Build a 90s model Silverado. I would love to have a truck, like a pickup truck with a turbo on it. That'd be super cool as well, but I would love that as like a street thrasher. We also didn't film it, but Alien Trash Cat got a new truck. So we got a truck now. Instead of our SUV, we got a truck so we can tow things. Huge shout out to Colby at Legacy Auto. Anybody in Alberta who needs a Dodge, hit him up. Or he has a Ford dealership as well. He helped us out big time. Do these again. These live chats are awesome. Thanks, Wayne. I'll probably end up doing them. I know DD Speed Shop does them all the time, and I enjoy watching his. He interacts with everybody a lot. I think something to do with your province would be a cool name, like Alberta Slime or Alberta Alien. Did you get an enclosed trailer yet? I always had an enclosed trailer. That 24-foot black enclosed trailer is mine. Way back in the day, I had bought it, and Kent had bought a truck, so we just shared. 2 in the morning. Where do you live, Michael Short? LS Civic. How's the welder? I'm actually super impressed with the welder. I haven't got to use it much since I put the water cooler on it, because I bought a water cooler here. I don't think I showed this to anybody, but I actually bought the water cooler. So if I flick this on right here. Oh, wait, it's in the back. The only thing is it's really loud. So now we got a nice welder setup though. I guess some new people joined the chat and they want to see the damage here. That's the damage to the side. That's the damage to the K-member right here. That's all twisted up. The K-member is bent down there, and then the body underneath is bent as well. The trans tunnel is twisted up, and the seat is twisted up here, and then the door is also all twisted up as well. I don't want to run through it too much because I know my OG boys have been here all day, and I've done that about 3 times now, but just for you new folks getting in here. I have to give a huge shout out to Brian Tooley Racing also, because I have so much Brian Tooley Racing goodies on this car and on Tokyo's car now that they deserve a shout out. They hooked us up big time a couple times, and then maybe they'll help us out with the Fox as well. The next chassis will be completely gutted, right? I might keep the front interior, so I'll probably gut the back part. So the seats in the back, the deck lid, the back seats, the carpet on the back part of the car, and then I'll probably keep the dash, the front seats, the center console stuff, still make it look kind of street car-ish. I don't know what damaged the engine block. It might be a combination of where it pushed back the transmission mount, and then because our engine's solid mounted and our trans was solid mounted-ish back there, the combination with twisting, the engine trans had nowhere to go, so. It is 28 degrees out today. I'm wearing a long sleeve because I don't want to get burnt, essentially. What's up with the mini truck? You should chop the top and drop an LS in the bed. I have that mini truck. Oh, wait, someone donated something here, and I should probably, maybe not. Do something original for your X275 car. I'm in Fort Mac. Okay, sorry. The mini truck, I have that mini truck, and I have an RSX. And the plan is to unbolt the subframe from the RSX, put it in the back of the mini truck. And that was my plan for a long time, and it got pushed. The hardest part is I can only work on one thing at a time, garage space, unfortunately. So if I had it here, I would be working on it simultaneous to all my other projects, but it's one of those things where I thought about it. I thought it was going to be awesome, and then I kept pushing it off, and now I just have a mini truck and an RSX sitting around because I was going to K-swap it. Much kind of like Faster Proms did with their smart car, but I had the idea long ago, and I just didn't do it. I never went through with it. Scrap that Stang. You've had no luck with it. I agree. We'll get another Stang. 2J swap. 2JZs are really expensive to build. I've been there before with the Supra. It's the reason for going LS is because if we blow one up, these aluminum block 5.3s can be had for $1,000-1,200, and they'll make 800-900 horsepower. Where if you buy a 2JZ, you're starting with a $4,000 engine. Yeah, we would need a GoFundMe for those 2JZ blocks. Coyote swap with big money too. Even like a F-150 used Coyote engine is still $3,000. So for your budget, and I know it's really stereotypical, but for your budget, go fast car. You do a Mustang with an LS in it, and that's just how it is. The Mustang, you get your Mustang 8.8 LS Turbo 400, camshaft, BS Racing Turbo, Holley ECU, and that's basically your bolt-on 8-second car. If I had a Chevy Roller, I would use it. To be honest, if I was given a Chevy Roller, I would use it. And it's not as simple as just getting one, because the price difference between getting another Mustang and buying a decent Chevy is 4 or 5 times the cost. An LS swap Challenger would have been cool. I haven't seen one yet, but would be cool. It would be cool. And a new one or an old one. It is so easy. It like literally, if you guys want to build a 9-second car, it's going to cost you $10,000 to $15,000 to build a reliable one. The way I would do it with like good parts, it's an 8.8 in the back. It's a Turbo 400. It's a LS with a cam, valve springs, a VS turbo, and a Holley ECU. And a fuel system. That's basically it. I didn't get on until 15 minutes ago. What was the X270 car you mentioned possibly being built? So we're gonna get the same Ford chassis as this. 2000 Mustang, 2000 to 2004. Scrap the back half of it. Well, not scrap the back half of it. We're going to use the stock suspension points because that's a big rule in X275, but we're going to put a cage in it, whether it be 8.5 or 25.5. I would love to build it myself. The cost of materials is going to be astronomical, I think, because I'm going to mess it up a couple times. I don't know if it should be chromoly or mild steel. I don't know if the weight savings is going to be worth the extra cost of me fucking up a bunch of pipe. It's probably going to get a tube front. We're probably going to cut the chassis off right in front of the fenders here. I'd like to keep most of the interior in the front. I'd like to place the turbo in the front so you can see the compressor housing and the turbo inlet in the front here. Maybe dual bullhorns on it. A bunch of more like fabricate-y stuff, because that's what I really like doing. And yeah, we'll do it for the boys. It'll be our budget little X275 thing that we can go racing and do rounds. And ultimately, I'd love to do a 499. That's one of the big goals I have for myself, is a 499 in the 8th. The fastest I've ever been is 5.7 in the Supra, and that was like an 890 pass. So a 499 is like in the 7s. It's in the 7s. Nick Brooks, tube the front half and bore stroke it. You can do it. This chassis is kind of tweaked, so I don't want to do that. Sorry, Nick. But thanks for the $20. Just front clip that one. It's ready for it if you avoid a lot of fixing. But you see the trans tunnel is tweaked in this one, and it's crumpled a little bit there. So that the trans cross member doesn't sit level anymore. It's tweaked up this way on one side. And then the door on that side's messed up, and the rear quarter and the front fender. So by the time you get a fender, a door, a rear quarter, you fix the floor and a new K member, it's already twice the cost of what it costs to get another one of these chassis. What's your opinion on an LT compared to an LS? I think they were starting, like the LT Gen 5, are you talking about? Because if you are, the Holley just came out with tuning for that, and it's only going to get better. So, I mean, I don't personally have experience with it, but I hear they are pretty good. New car going to be a street car too, not a trailer queen. It might be more of a trailer car. Only because I built this car to be a street car, and then I bought a Hellcat, and I found myself not wanting to drive this car at all because the Hellcat's too fun to drive on the street. And but I really like driving this fast on the track. And beyond that, I had so much fun watching X275 that I wanted to be involved in it. And there was a couple guys running like 550s, 570s in the X275. And I was like, I can build a car that can go that fast. I for sure can build a car that can go that fast. So I'm going to build a car that can go that fast, and I'm just going to go have fun. And if I get eliminated first round, then I get eliminated first round. And if I go out there and have fun trying to cut lights and get a little pit crew together, and we can just go out for an event, and I think it's going to be fun. How much are you getting these Mustang chassis for? So I said it earlier. Ken had messaged me. He's one of our subscribers. I don't know his name, unfortunately, like his username tag. He called me earlier today. He got a hold of me through a friend of a friend who I work with. And he said he's got one of these Mustangs. Same one, V6 2000 as a red. Red's a deal breaker, I guess. But he was going to build the same thing as this, and then he ended up picking up a different chassis, and he abandoned this project. So he's got a roller there for me. I'm going to go pick it up, or he's going to bring it to me, one of the two, and he's going to let it go for real cheap because he loves the channel and he wants to see it go to use. So, yeah, I really appreciate it, and I appreciate everyone who's messaged me in the last couple of days, like, just to make sure that I'm okay, and it sucks, and, I mean, no one wants to see it happen, but it did happen. You can't change it, and I appreciate your guys' feedback. Tell Virginia to show more than the TTs and sponsor your new build. That's her own thing. I don't tell her what to do and not to do. I think she showed out a blurred out picture of her ass and no underwear. So, I mean, you get what you pay for, I guess. Are you going to learn how to paint? Never. I'm never going to paint. I'm never going to do body work. I will give this car to someone and be like, wrap this for me. Painting and body work is not my thing. I will fabricate all day, but I cannot sand body panels. I will not do that. My throat's getting a little sore. I need a pina colada or a pina colada, whatever you want to call it. I hope you didn't take my Albertan driving comments serious. I didn't. I can still say. What am I trying to say here? I can still be playful about the whole thing. I'm not too butthurt about it, the whole thing. If someone wants to come do paint and body work for me, you can come do it. I'm not going to do it though. If you do go with the other Mustang, you have to put the front left quarter on it from this one. So it'll be blue and red. I can't do that. I think it's all red, it's going to look pretty decent. Fix him up, V. That's what the Mick says. The Mick has been the homie for a really, really long time. He was here. He won. I did a 5,000 subscriber giveaway, and he got one of the pistons and rods from the Mach, the original Mach motor. That's how long Mick has been here. So huge shout out to the Mick. He's one of the good boys. Go tubular front end, not on this chassis. We've been through this already. I think I'm going to wrap this up here soon, guys, but I appreciate you guys hanging out with me, and I'm glad we could do this live. It was an experience. It was an experience. Nobody wants to hit the wall. I didn't think it was ever going to happen to me, to be honest, but hitting that coolant down the track is a big eye-opener. It's like a skating rink. You really can't control it. I thought I blew oil all over my tires. That's what it felt like. So that's just it. So I'm glad you guys could join me for this. Make sure to throw a quick thumbs up. Helps out the video and the channel. So any last words, people, before we get off this thing and I go inside and I make a pina colada and I sit down and watch some TV, not on my laptop that's broken? Can't wait to see the new car. Powertrain swap in the Fox. Tyson Stone, glad you're okay. Good luck, and then looking forward to the next build. That's it. Get that V. Everyone say get that V. Make sure to go follow her on OnlyFans. It's Alien Trash Kitty, OnlyFans. She appreciates it. Give her a little poke. Cars are definitely replaceable, and humans are definitely not replaceable. I'm glad no one was hurt that day. Get that V, boys. What does get that Q mean? What up, John Kit Jr.? You've been messaging me a lot. Okay, I appreciate it, boys. I'll see you later. Bye.